Director-General of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, has called for life sentences and the death penalty for individuals involved in drug criminals, or rather drug crimes. Adeyeye made the call in Abuja while addressing State House correspondents. She urged the National Assembly to incorporate these penalties into the amendment of the NAFDAC Act and the Counterfeit and Fake Drugs and Unwholesome Processes Foods Act. Meanwhile, Adeyeye also said her life is in danger due to her crackdown on fake and illicit drugs.
I said it takes a village to raise a child. It takes executive, legislative, judiciary to make this happen. If somebody, not if, there was a case of somebody trafficking in Tramadol and they sentenced the person to 5 years or 250,000 naira. What is that? So the legislative has to come alongside with us. Customs have to come alongside, not with us. All of us working together, because the life of our people matter. So the amendment is going to be very, very relevant in terms of moving forward. Provision in the amendment, yes. Sentencing. I mentioned that in my speech. Life death, life imprisonment, death penalty, poker, proceeds of crime. You are operating in a big house. That house will be sold, and the money will go to the government. That is, those are the deterrents that are in place. Or that.
Now, to help us make sense of this, we're joined by public affairs analyst and research analyst at Director-Fight, Lucy Okonkwo. Lucy, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Great. Now, Lucy, how might the call for the death penalty for drug crimes impact the ongoing public discourse on decriminalization and also reform in Nigeria's drug laws?
All right, okay, if we were to look at the issue, of course, first of all, I'm not an ethical economist, okay, because death penalty has a lot to do with ethics. That's one thing. But as an economist and someone who has something to do with social economic development, this will have a real impact on the health of our working population. And you know, when a working population is poor, that is, has poor health, you know, that population will have less capacity to produce. The capacity of that population will really decline. And that means a decline even in the prosperity of that nation. So is this a huge crime? Yes. Would this affect the country as a whole in terms of prosperity? Yes. But does it deserve a death sentence? Now, that is left for the moralists and the ethics to decide. Yeah.
Okay, so what is NAFDAC's role in shaping public opinion on drug-related crimes? And how can the agency manage public reaction to such a controversial statement?
All right, we had the case of, you know, this is not the first time this has happened. When Dora Akunyili, Professor Dora Akunyili was the Director General of NAFDAC, there was a way she handled reforms that led to the crackdown of, you know, the produce and the sale of counterfeit drugs, that she was eventually made a national hero. I believe that one of the things that even this current administration of NAFDAC DG can do is go back and look at those policies she made. Look at those policies she made, how she handled that situation in the first place that eventually made her a national hero. That's one thing. And second thing that NAFDAC can do also is to maybe partner with the federal government, looking at our health budget, of course, partner with the federal government and see how they can partner with hospitals to see how they can make access to affordable and safe medicine and healthcare available, that people and maybe find ways through these hospitals to train people, nurses and people on how to identify these fake drugs and how to, you know, say no to them. That's one of the things that I believe NAFDAC can do to maybe alleviate this situation of counterfeit drugs. Yeah.
So regarding the death penalty, you said you'd leave that to the moralists. But given that NAFDAC is a regulatory body, should its DG be making such statements, or should these matters be left to legal authorities and policymakers, like you noted when I asked you?
Of course, this is in between. Of course, she's so passionate about, I would say, because she's so passionate about what she does, that's why maybe she is insisting on a death penalty, because of the gravity and the weight of the problem and the effects and the impact this problem is having on the nation as a whole. But for her to be making and calling out for a death sentence, I believe that should be left for the legislature and the legal part of the country. Yes, that's it.
Well, I want to say thank you very much, Lucy Okonkwo, for giving us your opinion on the matter. Thank you indeed.
Thank you. Have a good day.